What's up everyone, Moist Muffin here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a brief tutorial on Redstone. This is just going to be the basics. You're not going to see anything too fancy or mind-blowing like computers and lighthouses and all that stuff. Those will be in later videos, but today we're just going to go over the basics for you guys. Just to give you a brief introduction on it, and just so you can kind of get your hands wet with it, and kind of know the basics of it, alright? Now, this is what Redstone is right here. Now you'll find these in mines. I'm sure you've wondered what it is. Whenever you break it, you'll find these cool, cute little blocks everywhere. Now this is redstone dust, and that's pretty much going to be your wiring for redstone. And this is what it looks like when you lay it down. And this is what you're going to use to pretty much run all your electrical stuff, whether it's lamps, doors, pistons, stuff like that. Now to power it, you can either use levers, buttons, or pressure plates. There's also a couple others, but we'll get into that later. And it's very simple, just turns it on and off. Now if you're weird, you can invert the redstone to where whenever you flip it up, it turns on, flip it down, it turns off. But it's really not a big deal, unless you're one of those kind of people. But that's the basics for that. Now the other triggers is the button. This will only keep the power on for a short amount of time, so it's kind of cool if you're trying to trap somebody or something like that, or just shooting arrows at somebody. You also have pressure plates. This is commonly used for like doors. They'll open up automatically. And something cool about these that a lot of people don't know is whenever you throw redstone on them, the wood will activate with anything on it. Now you'll need like a mob on here, whether like a zombie or a pig or something like that, but you can put any object on the wooden one and it'll actually glow up. Now the power source for redstone is usually going to be the redstone torch. Now something cool about this is that you can actually have blocks above it and it'll actually power it. Now I didn't know this when I first started, and it kind of blew my mind trying to figure out how people did that. Well, that's kind of a neat little thing you can use to make more compact creations. But one thing about redstone that people find out really quick is how far can you stretch it. You can't just put redstone and have it travel infinitely. There has to be some stopping point. And that stopping point is going to be right here, which is 15 blocks. Now this is 16 blocks. You can see right here there's no power. You can kind of tell when it's going to lose power by just looking at the little wire right here. You kind of see it fizzling. That's kind of when you know it's okay, but as soon as you see it right here, that's dead. Nothing's going on. Now move on over here. Here is your problem for that situation. Now say you're trying to make some kind of trigger that activates something way off in the distance to try to trap your friends or something like that. You have something called a Redstone Repeater. And what this does is basically just extends the power out past that 15 blocks originally. Now you can put this anywhere along it as long as it's before 15 blocks so you can keep the string going. Now you have to lay down a certain way, like this. I don't know why you have to put it on that way, but that's just the way it is. This you'll figure out really quick too. You'll try figuring out how to do a clock or something like that and it just won't work. You'll try extending it. See, as soon as you turn it, bam, it's on. Now there's some things you need to know about redstone and where you can place it, what things you should not do with it, and that's this right here. Now you cannot lay redstone down on glass, you cannot lay it down on leaves, and I believe ice as well. There's a couple others, but I just can't think of them right now. And also when you're making redstone and you want to make it underwater, make sure you hide it underneath the ground or something, or else that will happen. Now I've had a few great ideas where I thought I'd make an underwater base and have cool redstone lighting, and then as soon as I filled it up, everything was destroyed and my life was miserable from that point on. So if you're going to do that, make sure you put glass over it, and I think the same thing goes for lava too. Lava tears up everything, so I'm sure redstone is no exception to that. Now one cool thing about this, redstone wise, is pistons. Now a lot of people use pistons to make like hidden doors and stuff, or like false floors or false ceilings. They have little secret rooms. But there's two separate kinds of pistons. There's sticky pistons and regular pistons. The only real difference is that regular pistons, they will not pull back an object if they're facing down or facing sideways. And then sticky, keyword there, they'll pull it back. And that's to do like your false doors and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Now one thing that really gets people is the verticality of redstone. Now I've seen people do these weird triple-tiered staircases spiraling up in different ways and stuff, trying to make it go somewhere. That's just kind of pointless. I don't know why people do that. And it can be really confusing to people that are just learning like you guys. Now, what you can do There's two separate ways. These are the easiest ways to do it, and it's really not that hard. There's one thing called the 1x1, and what it does is basically just invert the power going up. You just have it on, off, on. It's kind of a pain making it because you have to kind of jump up, make like a false little light on the side. But once you get up, it's a lot easier. It's compact. You get the power source going from up and down a mountain cliff, whatever you're doing. The other way is this. It's the same concept, except you put it on the side of the block instead of on the bottom. And it's the same exact way. This is kind of cool because you can have like power leading off the sides of it. So it kind of helps out a lot. And that is pretty much all the basics you need to know about Redstone. It's really not that hard, guys. I'd say just goof around with it a little bit. And, yeah. There's a lot of stuff you can do with Redstone. You can do lighthouses, you can do really cool dungeon stuff, the automated farms, the big computers you see people doing. It can be kind of weird, but don't really stress about that much. If there's anything you guys like me to do, like video-wise tutorials, just let me know. Make sure to leave a like on this, leave a comment, and make sure you guys subscribe. And thank you for watching this video.